Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to your 1212 Odin's Portal. And the reason why I'm calling it Odin's Portal is because the number 12 in the tarot is the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man is based on a mythology around Odin, who actually suspended himself upside down by one leg from the tree of life. And he supposedly spent like 9 days and 9 nights to gain knowledge of other worlds and to receive the understanding of the runes. The runes were the kind of the foundation, the basis of a lot of languages. And so it is about communication. Usually when I get the Hanged Man tarot card in readings, the messages that come through it are about seeing things from a higher perspective. And also it's kind of like a cocoon hanging upside down. You know, it takes time for the caterpillar to create the cocoon and to become caterpillar juice and then transform into the butterfly. And then the struggle of getting out of the cocoon builds its beautiful butterfly wing muscles and allows it to fly, allows it to go to places it didn't before. Odin is even known for having given one of his physical eyes to see with his spiritual eyes. So it's almost this message of close your eyes and truly see as well. So for this reading, we're actually going to bring in some runes. I'm excited. I'm learning runes. And then we're going to be asking the question, just what knowledge can help you right now? And is it time to move it? Or is it time to stand still and still be in that cocoon? So we'll have readings for each individual zodiac sign, and we're going to jump into yours right now. All right, Pisces, this is your reading, and we are going to start off here. We're going to pull from the Runic Tarot, and I've split out the major arcana from the minor arcana, and I want to pull a card for the major arcana just to see what kind of area of knowledge, of wisdom that they would like you to know about. Like, what are we zeroing in on? What area of your life? So let's take a look here and see for Pisces. All right, it's this one right here. And you have the Devil card. So the Devil card is actually the shadow, and the shadow is this understanding, you know, it is this rattling of the cage of what of your old beliefs, your old mindsets, the things that are going on in your life, what are you ready to challenge? What are you ready to transform? You know, we're given a ton of opinions when we're young of what things are supposed to mean and need to mean, and they're reinforced, and we have tons of rules, conditional love laws, I call them, about our lives. And this is the challenge. It brings all of them to our face to have us really look at them and say, are they really fitting for us now? We might have created them because we felt in danger or unsafe, or we didn't want to get punished, or we wanted to get praised. And so we created all of these rules and ways of doing things in order for us to get more of that or less of that, like more praise, less punishment. But we outgrow those. You know, as children, we do things we just haven't thought about it a whole lot because we're children. And so all this stuff gets created. And then later in life, we don't need those protections. We don't need those things like we used to. And so we can go back and go, okay, let's rechange some of that. Some of it's not needed anymore. And that's what I feel this is coming in for you here. We're also going to pull a rune here and see what else they would like you to know here. So let's take a look and see which one comes out here for you. All right. And you have the Sword. We're going to put that right here. And I'm not even going to try to pronounce the names of these yet, because like I said, I'm just starting to learn runes, and so I don't want to ruin the name by trying to pronounce it. But it is called the Sword rune, and it is about honor, it's about power, it's about drive, it's about reaching targets, victory, clarity, and even intrigue that's thwarted. Evil is avoided and conquered. And it is a message about being aware of envy, malice, and revenge. So a lot of this energy, I know in the sword suit, in the major arcana, it is about our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our attitudes. And so I'm not surprised, because this is what the devil card is all about, challenging our thoughts, our beliefs, and our mindsets as well. So I really like that. We're also going to dive in here, and let me just move these around. I think I'll just put this one right here. And we are going to look at the wisdom of the oracle and see what wisdom will help you right now in your life. I actually have another wisdom deck here, the Wisdom of Avalon, which we'll look at next as well. So let's take a look here. So for Pisces, what wisdom will help them out, right? I feel like it's this one right here. And you've got a leg up. Look at that cute little bear there. And we'll put that right here. In fact, I'm going to put just these out of the way here and put the card down here. And that is card 34. Let's see what that brings in for you here. So it is about receiving help, delegating authority, and interdependence. So you've come to a point where going it alone is no longer optimal for you. Life has a way of presenting you with the perfect people to align with who can give you a leg up during the next phase of your journey. Help comes to you in all the areas of your life where you need a boost. The trick is to accept that aid so freely given. When you embrace interdependence, allowing teamwork and independence to commingle, miracles happen. And now is such a time. These have a relationship and a prosperity message, which I do want to read. So relationships that are healthy thrive on interdependence, not codependence, but interdependence. It's important to recognize that you need others as much as they need you. You must allow people to support you just as you are there for them. And this is a time to be vulnerable, to speak up about your needs, and to ask for them to be fulfilled. Trust. You will be met with kindness and love. Don't expect others to read your mind, though. Ask, and it is given. And the prosperity message for this is, now is the perfect time to seek advice from a mentor or business advisor who has been where you want to go to help you get there too. If you do, you will receive very good counsel that will aid you in your prosperity. It may also be the case that your endeavors have grown and you're in a position where you just can't do it all yourself anymore. Time to bring on those who can give you a leg up. Trust that help is available and it will indeed appear. Delegate authority to others so you can take steps towards your big dream. The perfect people will arrive at the perfect time, so long as you step forward with just a mustard seed of faith. All right. I love that. So this thinking and this changing of how you perceive things and how you look at things really has to do with allowing others to help you and being vulnerable, right? I mean, asking. We're sometimes afraid to ask because what happens? We're afraid we'll get rejected. So I love that coming in there for you. We're also going to pull from the wisdom of the Avalon Oracle. So what other wisdom comes in here? So some challenges and thoughts about what does it mean doing it on your own? All right, actually, this one right here is really standing out, so we will use that one. And you have the Water Fairy, Feelings and Emotions. What a surprise, Pisces, you got a water card, your water elements. That is card number 28. We'll put that right next to it over here. And let's see what comes in for that one here. So when the water fairy swims up to you with her liquid magic, she reminds you that emotions and feelings may be running the show. She asks you to consider how you really feel about things and why. She also reminds you that you are not your feelings, you're the one that's experiencing them. Remember that as water flows, emotions change. And the water fairy also tells you that it's time to lose your rigidity. Be fluid and willing at times to compromise and allow change to happen. If you're happy right now, enjoy, for the water fairy swirls her love around you. And if things are making you sad, she comes to wash away your tears. The water fairy knows the power of emotion, so when she appears, be mindful of them and how they affect you. Remember, feelings are the fuel for manifesting. Be certain that you want to create what you're feeling, and allow your feelings to pass through and focus on the positive. The water fairy longs to smile at you in reflection. Beautiful. Yeah, so nothing new to you, right? Pisces, you're like, I understand emotions. Allow them to flow through you, though. And I really like this pointing out that you are not your emotions. You're the one that's feeling them. And so this allowing others to help you and the awareness of your emotions and what are you focusing on with your emotions, because that's where you're putting your energy. So some great awareness that is coming through with these. And then we are also going to pull a card here. These are the Seeker Oracle. And see what else they want to know. So all this wisdom is very much like the Odin'S portal. You're opening up your knowledge. You're really reflecting on your wisdom. It's a great time. You know, it's the end of the year, and you can look over the year. You can look over your life and go, what have I learned? What am I gleaning? And then these areas are the ones in particular that they're nudging you to look at and be aware of. And so what else? All right. And I don't think I mentioned that all the cards I use in a reading, including the runes and everything, I do list in the description box below. So if any of them catch your eye and you want them for yourself, you know where you can pick those up. Wow. Then you have Love Your Inner Child. Beautiful, beautiful card. And we'll put that right here next to these. And in fact, maybe I'll just scooch these over just a tad. There we go. And let's see what this comes in here. And it says, we all possess a child aspect. And this part of our psyche is the vulnerable, sensitive, and carefree child who still feels awe and wonderment. And the inner child is the source of laughter and play, the aspect of our psyche that inspires us to jump in puddles and see animal shapes in the clouds. If a child is taught to fear, the adult they become may harbor a wounded inner child aspect. And as a direct consequence, they could develop a range of maladaptive behaviors in order to cope. Like I was talking about, right? How we develop those walls and those barriers and those things. Wow, this is amazing. They do harm to themselves to avoid remembering. And they can grow to become perfectionists or people pleasers to whom the words sensitivity, vulnerability, play, and nurturing are anathema. To ask for help is considered a weakness to someone who will only ever show strength. Wow, asking for help, right? To work with one's inner child, to be asked to revisit the past, takes courage, especially when it requires looking at our relationship with our family or primary caregivers. Understand this is not about blame, but accepting that a child is not responsible for a parent's actions or behaviors. Shame and guilt are not a child's burden to carry. It's time to put that burden down. And this is a card of choice, opportunity, and healing. It is your choice whether you look back to seek answers. But even if you choose not to, it's an opportunity to parent your inner child in a healthy, loving, and nurturing manner. It is also a gentle reminder to make time to laugh and play and see the beauty and magic that exists in the world around you. Wow, how amazing. I mean, that is like all of these cards all combined together, right? They all just mesh so well here about, the barriers and the thoughts and the beliefs that we developed because of our interactions when we were younger as an inner child allowed us not to feel like we could ask for help. We were afraid to. We didn't think we could. But this is about really transforming these thoughts and these beliefs and these mindsets, releasing yourself, allowing yourself to be that vulnerable individual to receive attention and love. And you can start with it coming from you. You become your perfect parent, and you can pick up your inner child and be that source for them. Just like this, it has the little, let's see if I can do without a shadow on there. There we go. So you have the little baby polar bear on the back of the big polar bear. So that's your inner child getting on your back as an adult, and you're supporting it. And then feeling the emotions, letting them flow, but also remembering to bring in that joyful playfulness too. Just helps heal, allows the inner child to express itself and show it its attention. So I love that. And then we are going to pull from the minor arcana of the Runic Tarot now and just get your final messages here. See what else they want you to know. And we'll find out, is it time to move or is it time to stay still in the cocoon? So let's take a look here. What else for Pisces, please? Okay, I do want to that one. What else? Okay, obviously that one. And I feel like these over here on the outside. So we'll see what those are about. So we'll start over here, and you got the Two of Swords. So Two of Swords coming up there, is about making decisions and how you make decisions. In this one, it's about closing your eyes to see clearly. We can continue to make decisions by the mind and all this stuff that we had growing up, right? All those thoughts and those beliefs and those mindsets. Or we can dive into the heart and see from a different place, see from this, it's either the fears of losing conditional love or the unconditional love from above. You can see here too, here's that sword card. The sword rune is coming up here again. So I love this decision, and it's looking backwards and really looking at those things. This other rune here, let me just take a look here, is the ice one, and that is about reflection and calm and really looking into that. So yeah, there's the difference between the two definitely coming in here, and so I love that. All right, and then you also have the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is about you staying true to your authentic self and steering free and freeing yourself from, there's usually like three people in the Three of Pentacles. And one is you trying to create your life, trying to share your love that's within you in your own unique way with the world. But then there's the two other people. One's the naysayer, the one that kind of shut down your inner child, or people that were just blah, 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 blah. Why are you doing it that way for? You're not doing it right. Just always picking and poking and punishing instead of supporting you. And of course, those are very obvious for us, in our adult life. We're like, yeah, we're going to put you outside of the our little bubble. But then there's the other one, which is usually the supporter, and they're like, we're so proud of you. I'm excited to see what you do. But have you ever thought of doing it this way? And they're not really trying to poke holes like the other. They're just trying to help out. And usually they're making suggestions, sometimes out of their own fears. They want to make sure we're successful. And so they'll bring things up, but it's not, they're probably even more likely to pull us off our authentic path because we don't want to lose that praise, lose that support, and have them join the others. So this is a message about you staying true to your authentic self and not being pulled off by this old thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. And I feel like these decisions that are coming in here, it's trying to tell you to follow your heart and not your mind so much, because your mind is full of these limitations, but your heart is full of love, unconditional love, that will keep you on track. Oh my gosh. And here's that sword rune again. So you have the Seven of Swords. And the Seven of Swords is a card that tells you that you are looking into your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets that are stealing from your life. Those things that are stealing your joy, stealing your ability to open up and ask for assistance, maybe stole your childhood, whatever it is, stealing love, stealing career options. We're looking at all of our thoughts and our beliefs that are restricting, and you're allowed to cut those away, because as you connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm, of those that are rooted in unconditional love, then you recognize the ones that are rooted in the fears of losing a conditional love of the outside world, and then you're able to cut those away and free yourself. So I'm loving this. Yeah, and here you have the Six of Pentacles. So we talked about interdependence in these cards, but this is the codependency awareness card. And the codependency awareness card basically says that, we go back and look at our mindsets and our beliefs about our worth that we learned in our inner child, right? Where maybe when you were younger, you had to do extreme things to get attention. Positive attention, right? And maybe negative attention too. Sometimes I know if there's a lot of children and everyone's battling for the positive attention, sometimes it's just easier to get the negative attention. But you had to do extreme things to get attention, and that rolled over into everything else, because you would do 100 of something to get 1 back. So you do all this stuff to get attention and get very little back. And so that was the exchange rate that you accepted within your childhood, and you carried forward into school, into work, into relationships. And so this codependency awareness goes in here too, about looking back at what beliefs were founded when you were a small child, that your inner child has been reinforcing over and over in our subconscious. Me not even being realizing it. Like, why do I feel like I have to exceed at work, and I have to overgive to friends and family and relationships and, whatever it might be? And you're like, wow, it can be an equal give and receive. But I really feel like with this, the codependency really came out in this card for me, because it's it's difficult for someone who's an enabler, who is an overgiver, to receive, because if someone gives you five things, because of the exchange rate is 1 to 100, you feel you have to give back 500. So it's like, no, I don't want people to give me stuff. I can't afford that much energy to give to people. But when it becomes an equal giving and receiving, then this changes, and it's a beautiful unfolding for you. And then you have the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is a journey of worth. It is a feeling of where you might have had before, of feeling abandoned and left out in the cold, and not like you fear you're not going to have your sustenance, like you're left behind, like I said, abandoned, left behind, rejected, having support pulled away from you. And this could be like what caused a lot of this stuff is when you did something wrong. We talked about the Punisher, right? That they withdrew, like they got silent. They gave you the cold shoulder. They sent you to your room. They sent you to the corner, and no love, not in a loving way, but in a punishing way. And so you learned to fear am I going to have enough in this moment? Maybe you got sent to bed without your supper, or, whatever it made you feel abandoned. Sometimes just a parent yelling at you, and they're not there anymore. They're off in their anger and their just that fiery type of fight or flight. They're off yelling and stuff, and they're not there anymore, and they've alienated you, and you feel abandoned in that moment too. So that could be for some of you. But this is, you learn to, mistrust the outside world. At any moment, you could not live up to their conditional love, and they're going to pull it away. They're going to pull away their support. And then you're like, oh my gosh, I don't have enough. But this beautiful 5 is this transformation that happens where instead of seeing that it's humans that are bringing you your sustenance and that instability around that, you learn that you look higher, that unconditional love. You turn inward and upward. You find the unconditional love of the creator of all things. And you find that there's this unconditional love. Nothing you can do to lose it. There's this eternal love. It's everlasting. And they will never pull back their support from you. They're going to make sure you have everything you need in each moment. And you're always going to have what you need right now. Now, you may not get everything you need for the future in this moment, because you'll have tomorrow will have enough. The next day will have enough. You'll always have what you need in each moment for whatever experiences are for your highest. You may not have everything you want either, but you'll have what you need. And that's what's beautiful, is this transformation. I just noticed you got 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Where's the 4? Maybe it's one of these. And you have the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles is about abundance in the outside world. And one of the big things that they learn with this shield that they have, the Ace of Pentacles that they have, is that when they did look to the outside world, we were talking about, that's where they find the instability. Actually, the 4 of Pentacles is the message where they get this from. So that's pretty funny. So 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But they learned this because the 4 of Pentacles is like they go out here for the other 3 Pentacles, which is about relationships are going to make you feel whole and complete. Situations are going to make you feel whole. Things are going to make you feel whole. And they don't, because they're unstable. People change or pass away, so relationships are unstable. Situations never stay the same, like work, education, social status, whatever. Situations never stay the same. And things like our bodies, our bank accounts, our possessions, they are stolen. They blow up and catch on fire. They deteriorate, so they are unstable as well. We eventually turn inward and upward, and that's where you find that solid foundation. So I love that. And then you also have the King of Cups. So this would be your energy, Pisces. You rule over the water. And this is about stability of emotion coming in here too. So I love that you have 2 kings coming in here to end your reading, because it shows the solid foundation. It shows you ruling over your emotions and over how you perceive yourself into the outside world too. So this beautiful reflection time of looking at your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets is just making this beautiful transformation. And I am loving this journey for you for the 12/12 portal. Now the 12/12 portal, it will impact you until the next portal, which will be January 1st, 1/1. So it is going to last for a couple weeks. And a great opportunity to look into these things. So use the energy in beautiful, beautiful ways. It will set you free so much with all of this. If you enjoy these videos, and if you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these portal readings, I also put out weekly energy update readings, monthly readings for each zodiac sign, pick a card readings, and a few other types of videos throughout the month. And if you don't want to miss out on those and get notified immediately when they become available, if you do give this video a little thumbs up by clicking the like button, and then clicking the subscribe button gives you access to the notification bell. And when you go in there, there is an option for all. And if you select that, then you will be, 1, notified of any new videos that come out on the channel. And 2, you'll also be notified when I go live on YouTube to provide free readings. So I do go live every day. So if you want to get notified of those things, just make sure to click that. Also, doing those things I mentioned helps spread the Zen love, and it helps my channel grow in significant ways. Because when you like or share one of my videos, comment on one of my videos, subscribe to the channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so excited, wants to automatically share these videos with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of that, please know I'm very grateful. Also, these are general readings, and if you are looking for even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is also listed in the description box of the video below. Right, beautiful Pisces, as you go through this 12/12 Odin's portal, please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and Father of all things, and of course, I love you too. Have an amazing journey. We'll be talking soon, but in the meantime, you hang in there and you take care.